Hey guys, Dan here with Sterling Self-Defense. Brought to you by Red Bull. It gives you wings. I'm just fucking kidding. Alright. What do we got? What am I doing? Oh yeah, okay. So, we had the last model we made, the Pistelle. Very nice one. Now we're gonna get a shorter build. See if we get that power down a little. People want a little bit less power. I know it is kind of crazy. So here's a brand new one. Show you how easily it is to build it up real quick. I've done it before. Alright, open this sucker up. How can I open these without ripping the friggin' box? I don't know, big fucker. Alright. Alright. Brand new Pistelle. Let's take the barrel out. Won't be using that. Alright, barrel's out. Alright, now we're going to mod it. Take the back off. Alright, here's the new power mods, HPA, and the CO2. Ready to go. You just got to take this off and take the O-rings off. Do that real quick. Alright, that's off. Now you just got to take the two O-rings off. Leave my glasses on for this. Dropping shit. Ugh. Alright, first the heat cooler. Oh, you know, tweezers are always the best to use. You don't want to scar it up, so try to get right under there and roll it off. Alright, roll that off. And the other air chamber O-ring, which is the white one, there. And this is no longer needed, so I'll put it back in the kit. Alright, we're going to use HPA. Here we go. All cerakoted black. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. One O-ring on. Second O-ring on. And if you guys haven't seen it, the firing pin on this, 1/2 inch deep socket. All you do is pop it on there and you pull it right out. No more hard firing pins. There you go, firing pin. Put it back in, same way. Nice, it always goes in straight. That's the good thing about this. It's fit perfectly right to that 1/2 inch socket. Put it right back on. Not that you'll need to take it off, but I have a super strong firing pin that's never going to break, so you don't have to really worry about that. But if it ever did, easy to get a replacement. I can make another one easy. All right. The install now. Stick it on the back. And screw it in. Now, screw it down so you feel it start getting a little tight. Right there. A little too far, pull the trigger, and screw it all the way in. Alright, screw it till you, no more threads at all, no threads in there whatsoever. If you still see threads, you didn't go far enough. But that's it, it's on there. Alright, now we're going to install a new compensator. There we go, new SSD compensator. With the proper rail size. Oh, and this mod also, if you guys are first to these videos, it fixes the problem with the Gen 1, Gen 2 air chamber wobble. Every once in a while, you think you got a leak and all the air is blown out. That's because the air chamber gets offset. My modifications fix that. It'll never happen again. In Gen 1 or Gen 2. Alright, take out the stock screw. It's a short one. And the new compensator will come with a long screw. Slip your compensator on. There you go. Now you got your long silver screw right here. Put that on. Alright, screws on, compensator is on. Alright, now we're gonna add a barrel. Go with a 6-inch. Nice small barrel compared to the other one, 10-inch we were using in the other videos. This one's silver, they also come in black. Alright, that's all in. Alright, let's cut our zip, there it is. Put our bottom cap on. We won't be using CO2 in this one, but you could put a CO2 in there if you want. Alright, load the mag. 8-gram Grimberg jewels. Real Grimberg jewels, not some Chinese clone. Penny clone. Drop one down in the breech. Load her up. Alright, now it's got to put the HPA tank on. Make sure our cap's on all the way. It is. Alright. It's a 10 CI tank. Alright, we're all aired up and we are ready to go. We move the camera so you guys can see. I'm gonna bring you over here. Alright. Now, set the chronograph up. We'll be using the Garmin. Alright, turn her on. Power. Alright, new session, okay. Air rifle, okay. Wait, okay. 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 Alright, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. Eye protection. The desk is creating my lower protection. Alright. One thing I don't like about it gives you movement warnings when you're moving around. Let me make sure you guys can see where I'm shooting. I'm not in the way. I don't know. Hopefully you can. I'll try and keep my hand out of the way. Oh, I keep thinking I'm going to pick it up. Alright, first shot. So you guys can see it. Oh, 550. Jeez, that's only a 6-inch barrel. I was hoping to get down a little more than that. 512. A little under 100 joules. 490. All right, we finally under 100 joules. 490. Remember, it's only a 6-inch barrel. 495. 496. 486. All right, better. Oh, that is so loud. Woo! Alright. Well, little tiny barrel, but it did bring down numbers quite a bit. You know, we're a lot more. The 10-inch barrel was upwards of 160 joules. So now at least we're hovering under 100 joules. That's what a 6 is. If you want less power, you know, you can do the lower tank pressure, try to get down as low as like 700. And you can go to stock barrel. You know, you'll lose a lot of power with just a stock barrel in there. Or go down to a 5-inch barrel or a stock SSD's 686 or 682, depending on the ammo you're using. But all right. Pretty good, even with a 6-inch barrel. Crazy power. You know, never thought I'd have people complaining about too much power, but that's what I'm getting now. Most guys love it, of course. But, you know, you always get the Karens. Well, that's too much power. But the UK, Europe, they're coming out with a Gen 3 to make one legal in Europe. I don't know, whether they're bringing it down to 7.5 joules or whatever. Guys, let me know. Some people said 20. And I was getting a lot of messages from Europe asking when they can probably buy it there, but how do they get it back to the power? I don't know how they're regulating it down yet. I'm guessing they're restricting the air chamber. They're probably closing off the whole air chamber, that little cylinder that goes around the air chamber. They're probably bringing down all the holes down to one tiny little hole, and they're probably using thicker material to bring down the volume. But either way, there's always going to be a way to, you know, bring it back up. One of my kits, throw it on there, and boom, that's it. You're done. You're back up there. So, that's it. Yeah, it's, guys, I'm working as quick as I can. I know I got hundreds and hundreds of freaking orders in for these already. You know, I'm making them as quick as I can. They're going. I got the CO2 only mod too. That's smaller, as you can see, compared to the CO2. You know, it's an inch smaller-ish. So, down the road, maybe I'll come out with a smaller one. Some people that want less power and still fix the problem with the air chamber, I'll make one as small as possible that adds a little power and just basically fixes the air chamber wobble. You know, when I get time. It's you know, a lot of work. This one part is multiple operations and multiple different machines, and it's got to be sear coated too. But it takes a while to make, and I got to make a lot of them. So make them as quick as I can, guys. All right, that's it for me. I will see you on the next one. Stay safe.